I'm the spokesperson of No Corpo Certo, which means in the right body, a Brazilian campaign against the idea of transing kids. Plus, the whole declaration of human rights urges everyone to pay attention in the medicalization of gender non-conforming kids. It's on the 9th article of our declaration. Thus, months ago, both No Corpo Certo, In the Right Body, and WHRC Brazil wrote to the UN denouncing the violation of rights of women and girls. No Corpo Certo, In the Right Body wrote its own letter, and WHRC Brazil sent a translation in Portuguese of a letter wrote for other dear members of other WHRC Brazils around the world. Neither of us in the Right Body, No Corpo Certo, and WHRC Brazil until now got any kind of answer from UN. Some of the addresses just confirmed they received our letter, and that's all. So how do we fight against an ideology that convinced so many people to deny the reality in front of their eyes? An ideology backed by billions of dollars that come from pharmaceutical companies and power industry and pimp lobbying, that at least in the West, including my country, it's supported or at least tolerated by media conglomerates and academics and celebrities and social movements that convinces girls and young women that puberty blockers and shots of testosterone and a double mastectomy at 18 is a treatment. An ideology supported by some of our beloved friends and relatives, and also by organizations that we used to trust, like WHO and UN. I do not have all the answers, and probably the following tips will not serve everyone everywhere. But they have been useful for me, for other Brazilian women that are fighting this battle, and I know many other women around the world. So first tip is tell the truth. If you're able to call a man at home or among your friends, or to trustworthy co-workers, do it. We are all men and women, and that's all. So avoid using their language, like trans women or trans men or non-binary or agender. I was talking about this issue on the last webinar, our WHRC campaign. And it's going to end sometimes. Maybe we will not hear anymore, but it's going to end sometime. But it will end quickly if we say the truth with the proper words, okay? And it's going to end sometimes because all mass hysteria ended, all the unethical experiments that doctors did on vulnerable patients ended, and all the horrible things that mankind did to ourselves once ended. The second tip is focus. There are plenty of fair battles and causes in the world, but all of them are already being fought for men. So please dedicate your time to questions that impact exclusively or mostly women and girls, like gender identity politics and prostitution, porn, pedophilia, genital mutilation, femicide, lesbophobia, male violence against us. Third tip is study. Sheila Jeffries, Janice Raymond, Julie Binet, Andrea Dworkin, Kathleen Starr, plus many women that bent to transgenderism in this century wrote great books in the past. Studying improve our arguments. It's great stating that men are not women and that prostitution is not work, but even better, when you know how these nonsenses were forged. The tip 4 is become a member of an international organization as WHRC. Being in touch with women around the world is incredibly powerful and useful. I would not hear about this UN calling for complaints about violence against women and girls if it wasn't by these women from abroad. Plenty of these infos do not circulate in public precisely to avoid the criticism of the average woman. And it's even better if you also join a local grassroots feminist organization or create your own, even if it's only you by now. If you build, they will come. The tip 5 is accept that your organization will probably have little or no money, coverage, or support. At least remember that the more you convince people, the more members you will have, and the faster we will achieve our goals. And at some point, the media and politicians and even UN will have to listen to us. After years of battle, we watched the mainstream media show names like Kerr, Dansky, and Bestelter, and Kerr and Posey Parkin, and even myself. Yes, I was quoted twice in a Brazilian newspaper criticizing gender medicine. And the last tip is keep going. No matter what they say, we do not have money to pay expensive lawyers that put gender identity on laws, to do lobby trips, to convince politicians, to convince activists, to convince academics. But we have the truth in our side, and at some point, even the powerful UN will, yes, indeed, will listen to us. We know what we are. We know that no one should buy and be bought. We know that chopping healthy parts of human beings is wrong. We know it. We know we are on the right side of history. Although we are under attack, although we will get angry and sad many times, it's better to be angry and doing something than being angry and silent. Our daughters, the daughters of our friends, our nieces, students, younger friends, all the women and girls in the world will inherit a better place because of us. Thank you very much. Muito obrigada.